Hi everyone, welcome back to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be playing with the Melt Cosmetics Gemini, the first palette. So yesterday I played with the Gemini 2, and I just didn't have words for it because I had nothing bad to say really with it, you know? And this is what the first one looks like. Now, it's re-released. See, I just don't have words again. I will say I feel more comfortable playing with this palette than I did the last one. I don't know why. Maybe it's the color story preference. I don't know. I didn't feel as overwhelmed. This is the look that I created using the palette. I'll go through it with you so you can see how the shadows performed. Let's go ahead and get started, and then I'll talk to you about it. So the first shade I went into is Moochie. So with the second Gemini palette, it's beautiful. You know, it's buried, it's maroons, it's what's being released right now, you know? And I do like it. I do. But it's just way too dark for me. This is darker also, but like this is a lighter green, you know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff, like I can do dark on the outside, I'm fine with that, but I have to have like a brighter shade on my lid because, well, one, I have hooded eyes, okay? So if I don't, it makes them look like I don't even, like my eyes are just like slits really, because they just are, it's just so, like, I don't know, it just, it doesn't even look like I have an eye really. So at least I feel that way. And I feel like the look is just so overpowering that I can't pull it off, you know? It's a pretty shade though. It's a pretty transition. It's like a baby poop color, really. But it's a pretty baby poop, I guess. But like, I didn't feel as intimidated by this particular palette. And maybe because it's more like neutral in a sense, like they're grungy but in a neutral color scheme. I don't know, I just know that I didn't have any issues with it, and like the first one, there's no issues with the shades at all. They blend perfectly, they build, they're pigmented, like all that. I do not believe this is a beginner's palette by no means. Either one of them, for that matter. Like, as far as that goes. Because I feel like they're intimidating in the sense for beginners, you know what I mean? And like I said in my last video, on a scale of 1 to 10, where I feel my makeup skill lies, I feel it lies at a 2. And I could be being generous to myself. I don't know. But that's just my opinion on it. So keep that in mind. But if these are the looks you're going for, then, you know, Melt is definitely your brand. I just don't think it's my brand is the thing. But that's okay because, you know, I like that they're different. I like that they're their own company. Like, when I think of, like, companies, so to say, right? Like, say I think of Glam Light, I think food. But I also think pigmented, bright, bold colors, you know what I mean? When I think of Pat McGrath, I automatically think of her special shades, you know? When I think of Natasha Denona, I think of her cream to powder, I think of her it's like a natural but yet a pop of color, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I think of. So when I think of Melt, I think of that grungier, like deep, dark, vampy look. So I do think that they play well and they stay in their lane when it comes to this sort of stuff, and they do it very well. For my bottom lash line, I'm going to go into the shade Cupcake. Oh, that second shade I went into was Fire OG. Sorry. So I went into Moochie and then Fire OG, and now I'm going to go into Cupcake. And I'm going to run Cupcake on my bottom lash line. But I do feel more comfortable using this one. And this one I could pull out and use a little more often. But at the same time, I probably won't. Like, I'm not going to lie. I probably won't. And not because the quality's not there, because it is. It's just that I have so many palettes that this isn't what I'm going to choose when doing a look, you know? But I did think about that also by saying that, and maybe because this isn't my aesthetic, that's why I'm feeling this way, you know? And I thought about making it, like, putting it, like, close to me, this particular palette, the Gemini, to make me want to use it, to maybe help me get outside of my comfort zone at least, and, you know, make me use it in a sense, but maybe I will grow to like it more, you know what I mean? Next shade I'm going to go into is Leo, and I'm going to pop that right in my outer corner here. But, I mean, if this is your color story, I mean, you won't be disappointed as far as formula goes, because the formula is wonderful. I do apologize if you're having issues hearing me, because I know I have the fan going. And I've lost my mic. I don't know where it went. But I didn't have time at the same time to try to find it, because I actually have to go to the grocery store. And I go very slow when playing with these colors, just because that's the other thing, because I'm not used to the formula. But I think maybe if I was used to it, maybe I could, you know, get into it a little better and go a little quicker, because I wouldn't be so intimidated. So it is something I am thinking about doing, just keeping it to where it is within hand's reach and using it more often. Because there definitely is neutral shades in here I can use for every day. But as far as performance with them, they're spot on. Like, there is nothing. I'm going to go back into Fire OG. Like, nothing wrong with them. And I know that there's been issues in the past, but whatever those issues are, I don't know what they are, because the palettes I haven't had issues with. So either I didn't purchase the particular palettes that people are talking about, or for some reason I just got lucky. Just making sure I get both of these eyes even. Okay, then I'm going to go into the shade Goals. I'm just going to put that all over the lid. But I do think that it's because they are such a dark palette. That's my problem with it. And where this one does have those lighter shades, a little bit lighter shades, I think that I can get into this palette more. Which means, to me, I can play with the other palette. I just got to incorporate, you know, a lighter shade into it, that's all. And if that's the case, I can definitely do that in order to get some use out of them. Because I already bought them, so I might as well use them. Okay. And then for liner, I did use my Natasha Denona in brown. But then I actually found a Melt Liquid Lip I had in Rebound. It's a pretty color. I put a lip gloss over it. But honestly, I could get into wearing that liquid lip, to be honest. It's not a bad liquid lip at all. So I do like that formula, actually. I'm going to go into the Lawless, the One and Done Mascara for my top lashes. Oh, you know what? Shoot. I'll do it in a minute. I don't know about this mascara yet either. I keep using it. I don't know why. I've got so many, but I keep using this particular one. It's just wet. I keep waiting for it to dry out some, but I don't think it's going to be honest with you. I just really don't think it's going to. I did forget to say that I did try for my inner corner. I tried to take the shade Gemini very lightly because it is a darker color and just sort of like putting it in there and blending it to give me some sort of pop in there. But I really blended it out because it is too dark, to be honest for you. But I just wanted to try it on the other eye, so I got to do it to this eye too. Alright. But, I mean, you know, I did use my Melt, the Buzzkill again for my cheeks. I tried to use what I could that I have of Melt. I do love that, for sure. I'm going to put my Kevin Aquan on my bottom lashes. And then we are done. So, as you can see, it was much quicker for me to create a look this time with this palette than it was yesterday with the other palette. And I do feel like wholeheartedly it is just because this particular palette didn't scare me. I wasn't so intimidated by it. So, I do feel that that is the reason. However, as far as formula-wise, they're both the same. They're both really, really good formula. So it's really just about your preference, what's your style, what's your colors, and that sort of stuff. Me personally, I do prefer the Gemini palette, the first one over the second one. Not to say I don't like the second one though, but I just like them in their own ways, you know what I mean? And I do need to step outside of my comfort zone a little more and see what looks I can create that are deep and dark. Maybe I will grow to love it. I don't know. I've just never been one to do that sort of like vampy look. However, my older daughter, my eldest, she creates and she's like amazing at it. She's so pretty in it. She pulls it off. Like she wears that look and she's beautiful in them. I feel like it wears me. You know, I don't feel like I wear the look. I feel like it wears me. I feel like I'm, when I do my makeup, I feel empowered. You know what I mean? Like I feel better. I feel like I can take on the world in a sense, right? When I'm done creating a look that I like. However, with that particular color scheme, the way it's so dark and vampy, it's more like it's taking over the world and I'm in the back shadows, like hiding type of thing. You know what I mean? Or what I'm trying to say? I hope you do. Because if you like these palettes, I think they're wonderful and I think that you will truly, truly like them. But just know what you like and don't like is my only thing. Because they're not cheap by no means. And I wouldn't want you to waste your money. You know what I mean? So, let me waste my money. Because I could have skipped these. I could have. But at the same time, I'm glad I didn't. Because it's really let me see that Melt may not be the company for me. Just like, you know, Glamlight, I love Glamlight. But I only like Glamlight for their desserts type thing. Like their burger and pizza palette, like I don't have them. But I love Glamlight's formula. I absolutely love it, but I don't have those palettes because it's not a color scheme that I'm drawn to, you know. So keep it in mind. But as far as formula, no doubt it's good. You know what I mean? I can't say anything bad about that with these two particular palettes. Again, watch other videos because people do have issues with some of them. And like I said, I have not had issues, but that doesn't mean I cannot have issues because I'm not using the particular shades they're having issues with, or I'm not using them right, so to say. You know what I mean? So watch other videos for sure. But that's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I do upload a video. I am uploading regularly. That is all I got for you today. And I don't think I have any newer palettes coming in, to be honest with you. So I'm going through some ideas when, like, I was thinking about, like, picking a brand and using the palettes and then ranking them and having you all follow along. But let me know if that's a good idea or not. But until the next time, I'll see y'all in my next video. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.